What's going on, everybody? I'm the Timmeister, and welcome back to Dunswell. Or should I say Brightwood, because this episode, we're going to cross the Dunswell Bay, I suppose we'll call it, and focus our attention on Brightwood for the next little while. So in Brightwood, we have a ton of room to expand, and that is exactly what we're going to do today. This area specifically is what we're going to focus our attention on. And this area really bothers me, and it always has, because this area was always intended to be temporary. So at the time, like 20 episodes ago, I was faced with a super high commercial demand, and I really had to take care of it. So I just built this avenue quickly and lined it with commercial zones. And I've always felt that it looks kind of out of place. It looks kind of ugly, but we're gonna fix that today. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clear out a whole bunch of this area and I'm gonna rezone it still as commercial, but I'm basically gonna be beautifying this area a bit. And I'm gonna be using a lot of the assets that are provided by King Leno in the Shopping Malls DLC. So as you can see, we have a ton of shopping areas to play around with, and they're sure to look very nice in this area. The only thing that really bothers me, though, is these buildings function as unique buildings and not actual commercial. So that's kind of a downer. So what I'll be forced to do is to zone or to integrate these buildings within some actual commercial zoning. So we're going to make that happen this episode. And I'm sure that we're going to get something that looks more than half decent. Okay, so the first thing that I want to do is, with this area being of high importance, I want to provide some good public transportation access, and I've made the decision to move this metro line right here. So I really like how it's in the center of this highway here. It's one of the coolest features of the city, I find, but I'm going to sacrifice this portion of it, and I'm going to run it along this road over here. So it's going to provide much better access, and it's going to look a little better as well than just a big line of commercial buildings. So let's go ahead and take care of that. So I'm not going to destroy the entire line. So we're still going to have this section over here that's in between these, I guess, the median of the highway. So a little bit of that will remain. So let's go into our public transportation menu and metro. And I'm gonna go for an elevated metro station. And I think I'm just gonna place it. I guess I'll place it right about here, I suppose. There's not too much of an incline. Yeah, it looks all right. And actually, this helps me out. So, because I have to build a ramp that goes underground to connect to the rest of the line, this hill here actually helps me out because the ramp doesn't need to be as high. So let's take this, run it to -8 meters, which is the minimum required for a tunnel. And then let's just go underground. So I'm gonna have to make a pretty sharp S-turn here. Just like that. That actually looks quite good. And there's our tunnel. I may have to make some slight adjustments because it is kind of steep. So if I just level this out like this, and then maybe if I go in tunnel mode and raise this a little bit, I don't know. Yeah, I guess that's not too bad, and I'll just load it up with a bunch of trees here so you actually won't see this. Okay, there we have it, and now let's connect up the other end. Oops, there we are. And this should be fairly easy, although we do have this little interchange here to deal with. And I am using Anarchy, so I can get it to fit. Where could I fit a pillar? Maybe about here. And then we'll raise this up. Bloop. There. I think that looks all right. The spacing looks comparable to default, although I am going to change the slope of this, though. I think it's a little too steep. So if I start it at around here, I'm gonna select the next few nodes, and then we're going to slope it using the move it tool. Oh geez, what happened here? Oh, it's because it's not, yeah, it's not really perfect. Hang on. I'm gonna redo this properly. There, that's going to be much better. And then we'll do our slope. Bloop. There, that looks much, much better. Now using move it, I'm just gonna copy some of the pillars here. And I think that looks all right. I think that's the best we're gonna do here. Yeah, that definitely is. There. Okay. Now let's not forget to actually connect this station to the rest of the network. So we'll go in our Metro tool, and I'm simply going to add a stop here. That'll be the final stop on the line. However, do I need to add a second stop? Yes, I do, I think. Drag to add a stop. Cannot find path. Here, I'll remove this. And then I'll add a stop. Add a stop. Okay, maybe there's just one stop? Oh, there we go. All right. Now, the trains are gonna stop at this station on both directions. Okay, there we have it. So our public transportation is done, and for the next little bit I am going to destroy this entire neighborhood. I'm actually hang on, I gotta be somewhat strategic here, but I am going to de-zone all of this and this, of course. I think I'm gonna leave the offices. I'm gonna leave these buildings. I'm gonna leave these buildings for now, but most of this is probably gonna go at some point, but not today. And I think our shopping area, there, I think this is going to be our shopping area. I'm gonna see how these buildings fit. See if we can make this work. However, I think it'd be my best interest to flatten this zone out as much as I can, just to make it easier to build on. There. That should be doable. This goes down a hill. I should probably raise this up. Actually, I'm gonna use move it. There, and select to object height. Oh god, that's not good. Okay, well let's do undo and slope. There, so at least it's an even transition. There, we'll just smooth this out. All right, now let's get started. Let's first check out what buildings we have to play with. Now, of course, I don't think I'm gonna plop every single building here. But let's see what we can do. The the biggest two buildings that I want to place down are these two. So the open air mall and the open air mall phase 2. So I guess, you know, it's one is a bit newer than the other. So first I am going to, let's see. I'm going to convert this into a 4-lane road. And then this will sort of be like the main entrance into the mall area. And I'm going to ensure that there's plenty of parking for this mall too, of course. With this being an American city, you know, we can't forget that. So let's start. Actually, I think I'm going to extend this here. Let's start by placing down our main anchor buildings. And what I'll do here is, and of course, no bike access, no bus access. You know, we're gonna make this as American as we possibly can. Okay, so let's remove some trees just to make this a bit easier. Okay, and I am going to add some roads. Here, let's add phase 1. And do I want to add phase 2 right beside it? Let's see how they look. Let's see here. Wow, that actually looks really nice. Wow, this is cool. Oh, nice. Under our arm. What else do we have here? Retrofits. Coffee shop. Oh my god. Him. Ocean City Mall. I gotta say, guys, some of these stores may be straddling the line between okay and some sort of copyright infringement. That's pretty funny. What's this? I can't really read it. The shadows are something breezy beach. That's what it says. Cool. All right, so I suppose this is going to be like our main. These are like outlet stores, really. So this whole section, I guess, could be like an outlet kind of thing instead of a mall. But I guess it's a form of mall, so we'll just keep it like that. Parkings. Where are our parking lots? I totally forget. Here they are. So let's make sure that we have a ton of parking for this area. And then we'll have the back roads encircling this entire thing. Hang on. Let's do this. Oh, you know what? This is sort of the back of the building. Maybe I should. I have an idea. So I don't think, like, with this being the back of the building, I think there should be some more stores that are front facing this way. So let's focus on the front facing area of the stores. And here, I'll leave some room for some actual zoned commercial. Maybe like... Actually, maybe a couple stores here. And then I will add a path. It's kind of a useless path, but nonetheless, it'll look all right. Boop. Okay, there we are. Some more commercial over here. I'll maybe add like some small commercial zones, just like this. So maybe like some gas stations and things like that. And what do we do here? That is the question. But I suppose before we deal with that, actually, I have an idea. I'm gonna get rid of this. Let's do this. I'm going to turn this into a sort of main entrance. Let's try this. We need a couple of anchor stores, right? So we have a grocery store. We have a contemporary department store, and what else? A traditional department store. Wow, these are huge. Yeah, they're both pretty massive. Here's what I'll do. Just like this. And you know what? To make things easier, I should flatten this out. Boop. Yep, okay. And then let's place our anchor store down. I'm gonna use move it. I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I want these two buildings to be connected. Just like so. Oh, that's cool. We can kind of assume that maybe like, yeah, this is like a secondary entrance. Yeah, that actually looks nice. Look at that. Now it looks like an actual mall. And then this leaves us with a ton of room for parking. Oh, hang on. I'm gonna flatten the terrain. Boop. What about a parking garage? Maybe we can make use of a parking garage in here. There, and then what's awesome is that this whole area now kind of makes sense. So I can add some more parking over here, or actually, if I connect this up like so, shoot, I don't have enough room for some parking anymore. Unless I do this. Actually, you know what? This would be a perfect space for a parking garage. Where are they now? Parks. Oh yeah, look at that. That's great. Yeah, let's do that. And with this being a sort of more posh area, let's go into our variations and select number 2. So we have these nice wooden lats all around the park. That looks great. And why not some more parking? Like, make sure we got more than enough. There we are. And for the back of the store, I am simply going to use my surface painter mod. Maybe create an entrance like this, and then I guess I'll just make the rest of this pavement too. There. And I'll add some trees and stuff later. All right, well, there we have it. There's our mall. But we have this empty space over here too that I think we should do something with, because we have a grocery store. I think this would be a great location for a grocery store. And I think if I add a... what if I do this? And then add some parking spaces like so. And then I'll add the shopping. What orientation would it work best in? Yeah, it'd be better the other way. Maybe like this. But then we don't have a road connection anymore unless I bring it in as close as I possibly can, which is not ideal. Oh, and the terrain is not playing very nice. I think I may be forced to flatten this out. Let's try that. This might be disastrous. Let's see. To object height, this corner. Bloop. Yeah, it's not ideal, but I think we can maybe fix it. Hang on, let me do this, and then to object height. Bloop. Okay, and then if I lower this, and everything should be nice and level. And then these parking lots, I think, are they terrain conforming? If I smooth this out, oh, looks like they are. Okay. So that fixes that problem. And I'll lower this a little bit. Smooth this out. That's not too bad at all. And then over here, well, we'll deal with that in a little bit. I kind of wanted this to be a university campus, but I think I may move it over here. So there we go. Okay, that looks great. I don't really like this, though. I don't know what we should do with that. I think I might just leave it. All right, you know what? Let's just, might as well. We're here. Let's have a oh, wait a minute. Actually, I just thought of something. Let's go through our unique buildings because I have no clue where it is. We have the Mall of Moderation. Look at that, guys, and it fits perfectly here. Why not have an older strip mall right beside our larger malls? I'm gonna plop it right about here. Let's see how that looks. It's very vanilla-y. You know, this is a very old asset. I think it was part of the game when it initially came out in 2015. So it's been around. It's been here for a little while. Not playing very nice with the terrain, but it's not too bad. Oh, actually, no, that's fine. I was gonna add some more parking lots, but I think we have our fair share now. However, I am going to add, I'm gonna add a road here with some commercial zoning. There. And all of this. And there. I think that should do it. So let's run the simulation and see what happens. So of course, you know, I've used a lot of custom assets here. And I suppose I'll talk while I'm detailing because I want to add some trees. Yeah, so I've used a ton of custom-ish items here. So most of these are from the Shopping Centers DLC. But the thing is they're not really functional as is, right? So that's why I needed to place down some little commercial zones. And it's hard to make realistic looking commercial zones in City Skylines just because of the nature of how they work, right? And I am placing down vanilla assets or vanilla trees here. I don't really know why. After I said that I was going to replace a lot of these trees, but you know what? I've come to accept that the vanilla trees look all right. Oh yeah, I thought I had some commercial buildings here. Guess not. Oh, actually, let's add some. Maybe let's have like a bigger building here. But yeah, as I was saying, I guess so. It's really hard to zone some really good looking commercial areas in City Skylines 1. Let's hope City Skylines 2 it's a little easier, but from the trailer it looks like it may be. With the amount of parking lots and stuff when you're building a North American city. But in City Skylines 1, it's a little more difficult. You know, a lot of these buildings just don't have parking, and they're right on, I guess, normally you would have like a parking lot out front, and then the restaurant or whatever building would be just pushed back a little bit. That's not the case on a lot of buildings. You know, you have some exceptions here. I guess this burger joint is a good example. But overall, it's kind of tough to get good looking commercial zones in City Skylines when you're just zoning them. But you make do with what you got, and you end up with something that looks like this. And I think it looks pretty decent. I'm gonna get rid of this. This is not really serving any purpose. Let's add some more trees over here. There, a little something like that. And then maybe if I use my tree brush, I'll just add a couple trees out back of the store. Oh, that's a big tree. Holy. Massive. All right, and there you have it, guys. That is how you create a, you know, half decent looking shopping area in City Skylines 1. I'm actually impressed. All right, well, that's going to be it for this episode. I really hope you enjoyed it. Next episode, I would love to further expand on Brightwood. I think I'm going to stay in Brightwood for the foreseeable future because we got all this land to develop. And Dunswell is nearing completion. The actual city itself, we only have a couple of little zones to construct over here in Garnet Hills especially, and then a bit of residential over here that has yet to be developed, and over here I'm not really sure what is going to happen on over here, but anyways, we have all of this land to play with, so we're gonna be in Brightwood for a little while. So guys, thank you so much for watching. As usual, drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video. And until then, please take care.